Because you've got, what, how many crates to loot? You've got the vending machines, you've got a couple monsters around, real easy, cheap monsters. Yeah, Teddy, yeah, there it is. I knew you'd love that drop.
Ahoy there, sailor.
All right, here we go, guys. I love these, by the way. I love these letters from the devs. I think they're fantastic, and they're a good way to keep in touch with the community. Ichikawa, producer of Final Fantasy VII First Soldier here. With the holidays and the end of year approaching, which we're past New Year now, it's a busy time for the year for many people. For all our players, we want to thank you for joining us in such a season. It was pretty good, wasn't it? I think the holiday season was really fun. Did you guys like the trees? Planting your present seeds at the trees? I like that. Except you didn't get to decorate all the trees because I couldn't figure out which ones I needed to do. I completely agree with you. Whole-handedly. At the end of the year, I thought it would be a great opportunity to respond to feedback and let you know some of what we're up to. Cool. I'd like to share some data with you relating to the recent balance adjustments we made. So basically, they're going through the weapons here, it looks like. So, well, weapons held in Phase 6 and later. So this is basically on the tail end of the match, where you've got so many people, and I think I've seen 8 or 9 phases, something like that by the end. But yeah, so we can see here the execution of Gamma before the change was second, and now it's still second. Okay, so we had no change with the execution Gamma. So with the Mark V sniper rifle, we've got it going from 4th to 4th, so once again, no change there. And the Eclipse Eater from 13th to 10th, right, so that actually moved up. So Eclipse Eater definitely got some love there. Honestly, based on, like, from what I used from this update, like, I didn't use shotguns really that much. Honestly, I didn't mess with them that much at all. If you guys did, let me know. First, we looked at the weapons held by players who survived Phase 6, and then we have here the Executioner Gamma Mark V sniper rifles were held by many players, and even after being weakened slightly, many players still rely on sniper rifles, so their placement was not changed, which makes total sense, right? Because the map is huge. Having just a sniper rifle is just good coverage in general. I think it's just really good for it. If they make any kind of smaller maps, which honestly I hope they don't, they've got a player size of 75, which I know PUBG sort of made a smaller size map with 100 people, and that was a nightmare. Remember trying that map and I hated it. On the other hand, more players are using the Eclipse Eater and Model S7 shotguns. After we announced that their base damage was increased, I think that players were testing them out. Yeah, so there we go. Use them frequently as well, both shotguns and sniper. Shoddy Sniper is a pretty popular choice, I'll say, since the Halo days. But yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I'm not, like, in this game in particular, I'm not a big shotgun kind of guy. If we're playing Metal Gear Solid 4, then that's different. Yeah, in this game, I don't know. Maybe I just got to give shotguns a little bit more of a chance. I just don't find myself in a good situation to really use them. You know, it's always either an assault rifle, or it's materia, or it's a sniper. Yeah, sniper rifle, basically. So we also looked at how the... Why can't I speak English today? We're going to try it again. We also looked at how often the adjusted items are used to defeat another player. Got it. So Thunder, I think Thunder is a really big one. Thunder's changed considerably, which I can already see, going from 21st to 15th, which is insane, because look at that. That's 139%. Look at that. Look at that number. Come on, ever since they changed Thunder to be basically like, you know, you can sit in a corner, throw Thunder on yourself if someone tries to get in your private space, and they're done. They're done. Like, they won't touch you, and you won't be hurt by it anymore. This doesn't surprise me at all, whatsoever. It's a change I enjoy. Honestly, I don't think it's completely overpowered. I really don't, because it's purely situational. It really is. Eclipse Eater SG. So this is the shotgun again, going from 22nd to 13th. 204% increase. That is crazy. I would imagine this would be mostly bots. You'd be killing mostly bots with that one. I don't know. It's pretty funny. So Blizzard, 29% to 24. And Blizzard is just a really good utility tool. It just really is good for just plant it down, help people stay away from you, and push them away, and just get them to move. Like, it's literally a really good tool for that. So yeah, I think that's good to see it's increased. I'm glad it's getting more of a more love. Let's say that it's getting more love, man. And then we got Bio as well. So we're going from 40 to 38. So I think Bio, honestly, I call Bio the new Blind. If you level up Bio completely, I think it's the new Blind, because basically you put it down and you can see through it to an extent, but not as much, and you're getting an extra effect of poisoning the opponent. Whereas Blind, you're sure you can not see through it from level 1, but if you get it Bio to level 3, which I think's worth it, basically it's Blind with poison. As you can see from the rankings above, there are many potential causes for death within a battle, so yeah, there's quite a lot. With this data here, we can see that defeats due to items we weakened, such as Chocobo and the bomb's counterfire, decreased drastically. Additionally, defeats by shotgun have increased, although not as much as shotguns. Defeats by Thunder. So basically, he's sort of summing up what I thought, which is pretty cool. All right, and finally, I'll show you the data where the players most frequently drop at the start of the match and where they tend to be killed. Now, this is cool. So as we can see here, this area right here, I'm pretty sure that's the ruins. I think a lot of matches I've played and a lot of matches I've seen where people are initially dropping, This is the favorite because you've got, what, how many crates to loot? You've got the vending machines, you've got a couple monsters around, real easy, cheap monsters. It's like the ultimate starting area, honestly. It's the ultimate starting area. Yeah, Teddy. Yeah, there it is. I knew you'd love that drop at the ruins. It's it's interesting, like looking at some of the other areas too. Like sewer system is pretty deep purple as well, or deep blue, I should say. Sector 7 Undercity is like probably the deepest, as you can see there. It's very, very dark. But that could be a factor of the fact that the Christmas event was on, and Sector 7 was used a heck of a lot for those weeklies and dailies. Yeah, it's really cool to see. Like I definitely think sewer system is under the underground section, because that is a really cool bit to be in and find some chests and just be out of the open if you don't run to any other players. I do think that's good. Yeah, the underground sewer is good loot. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Absolutely is. And down this whole area, look at this. There is hardly anything here. It's real interesting that, like, this area, no one loves. There's no love for the desolate area. So whatever events they're going to do next, whatever they're going to do next to the map or improve it, if they are going to upgrade the map in any way whatsoever, this area is going to have more enticing things. They will definitely have noticed this. They definitely would have noticed the ruins being the popular hotspot. But down here, like, look at that. Compared to everywhere else on the map, like, even spaced in between, this is the only area that, just look at that. It's literally nearly, not even, well, I wouldn't say it's nearly a quarter, but it's almost a quarter. So they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something about it. Pain to find chests, a desolate area. Well, that's why a lot of people don't drop there, right? Half the time it's not beneficial. You're running all the way across the map, or trying to find a vehicle to go all the way to the other end of the map to get to the ring, right? Like, I know, like, I like dropping there personally because I like the challenge of trying to get back to the ring, but not every player is like me. So, you know, I'm a crazy guy. This is the kind of stuff I love to see. So as a game developer, this is the stuff we like to look at in analytics. This is the stuff we love to see and figure it out and talk to a community, which is exactly what they're doing here. So I think it's great. Okay, so defeat locations, you can see, like, literally it's everywhere, right? You can see there's a general pink mist in the air roughly around the center, and you can see some of the deeper stuff is definitely the sewer system. The Colosseum actually has quite a bit, surprisingly. Probably all the weekly dropping and killing at Colosseum. Yeah, that is definitely a thing. I mean, the Colosseum has probably the highest rate of monsters. It definitely has a lot there, unless they've tweaked it since then. I haven't checked, but yeah, I think from what I remember, I was dying pretty quickly to monsters there. That's why I hardly dropped there. Sector 7 station, surprising, honestly. Support pillar, no surprise. Sector 7 Undercity, once again, no surprise. No surprise, I've had so many battles, been killed there so many times. This bit here really intrigues me. Like, that bit is... What is that bit? Like, anything that's not a town, like, that's the bits that intrigue me the most that have any kind of deep color, which is... It didn't really find too much over here on the drop zones, right? Which is really interesting, right? Only maybe that little bit there. Yeah, maybe... Oh, and the ruins, too. But it looks like the general consensus is literally just the center. Like, it's the towns, right? It's the towns, it's the locations that are definitely where all the deaths are happening. Which is, once again, no surprise. No surprise. Like, I'm even shocked that Sector 5 even got, like, a dark pink, because I never see anyone drop there or in many fights, honestly. I think Pink Teddy and Casey and I have been in a fight there a few times, but that's about it. Desolate Area has nothing again. Desolate Area needs some work. That whole part of the map is just useless. It's not really worth it, apart from maybe supply drops when the ring is this way, but that's about it. Alrighty, guys, so we can see here what they're going to say here is deeper colors in either image indicate higher rates of occurrence. Well, that was obvious. Although players dive places all over the map, the sewer system, Sector 7, Undercity, entertainment districts are particularly popular. Places with hidden items and chests are also quite popular. There we go. There we go. Didn't even have to read it. We all knew that. All right. So the death counts increase closer to the middle of the map. Yep, exactly. But the places where player drops at the start have high numbers of deaths. Where many players dive, they're sure to meet landing to combat, and deaths are the start of the matches. If you want to survive, you may actually be better to avoid popular locations so you aren't pulled into a fight. You may not be able to win at the start of a match, which once again is why sometimes a desolate area or anything like that is really good. And half the time that's why I think Ruins is chosen, because I think at the moment Ruins is a real 50-50 on if there's going to be players or not, you know, or there'll be bots. So the adjustments made this time are only the beginning, but we hope to continue to improve the gameplay experience continually, little by little. Exactly what I just said before. They're going to be looking at these two areas, the desolate east and west areas, and they're going to be figuring out how do we get more engagement in this area? How do we make this whole map fun? That's the ultimate goal with a battle royale, no doubt. Anything where you've got multiple players running around in a map, you want every part of that map to be just as interesting and just as engaging, and you want all these different scenarios to take place, and you want, you know, players to be enticed to go there. You want them to get the, you know, whatever reward's going to be there. Like, the only reason at the moment people would have had to have been going to the desolate area during the Christmas event was for the trees. Let's face it, it was only for the trees. That was only the time you were going. Or if you just didn't really want to have a fight at the beginning. Now I'd like to show you some of the content coming in the final update of the year, which was the 28th of 12th, which is the update we've just had. And now we're into the balance adjustments. So if you guys saw my Monk is the New Meta video, definitely go check that one out, because we're not going to bother going over these, because it looks like they're all pretty much the same stuff we covered there. Credit for defeating monsters with large boss icons such as the Scorpion Sentinel and Unknown Phenomenon has been adjusted. All players that deal more than a specific amount of damage are still alive at the end of the monster is defeated. Will receive credit for the kill. This we already knew they were doing, which is great. Which means it's not the person who gets the final kill or the XP, right? Because that's not really fair. So this is interesting. They're changing the icon for large boss icon, so now it's a crown. I didn't really see an issue with the icon in general. I don't know if anyone was getting confused with any other icons, because no other icon matched what they had, or maybe the icon was confusing. Maybe that's why they've changed it to a crown. Who knows? The way I think of the crown is, let's say for example you had an accessory that lets you see the Tom Berry. That's what that reminds me of. So yeah, kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Maybe it does mark Tom Berry, who knows? You consider Tom Berry as a boss? Yeah, I guess it can be considered a boss in a way. But the way I consider a boss is when you hear the Final Fantasy VII boss music play. It's basically that one. That's basically the one it kind of plays, right? It's basically the boss theme from Remake. Which, by the way, is a killer boss theme. I love it. We are also hard at work planning multiple events and campaigns for you all to enjoy during the New Year holidays, which is great. We know the New Year event has dropped. Guys, if you haven't logged into the game now for the New Year event, definitely do it. You get, I think, a New Year fireworks banner, and I think you can get a 2022 emote banner. Like, both of them are emotes to use on your character. So, and also you get a new piece of music, which sounds absolutely beautiful in the game. Absolutely love it. We're sure you all must be busy in advance of the holidays, so thank you very much for taking the time to read this long letter. This is only the second volume of letter from the devs, which is great. I'm glad there's going to be more. This will be the final letter for 2021. We will publish more volumes in the new year to respond to as much of your feedback as possible. We're also planning to do a live stream in January. Hey, all right, awesome. We might have to watch that live. Hey, see what time it's on. We'll notify you all as soon as concrete schedule details are finalized. Awesome. We thank you all once again for your support for Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier in 2021, and wish you all a happy new year. Really good to see they're being very open and showing the differences in the weapons, because I think people ask these kind of questions in general, like what's the best weapon, what's not anymore, what's the meta these days. I think the most valuable thing has been this. Weapons are great and all, which but I like to know where people are dropping and where people are dying. That's just, for me personally, it's just really cool to see it in like plain English, right? Plain English that we can all understand. But yeah, overall, guys, it's good to see all this. Like, this is really, like, this data is really cool. Like, I love this kind of stuff a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too.